guys, how are we doing today? So I decided to put out another story today. So this video is actually going to be talking about this guy right here. Yeah, this man right here. His name is William Gossett, and let me go get the details for you. All right, let's see. Memphis, Tennessee is where this story is coming out from. A judge gave a Memphis man a sentence of 371 years on Monday after he terrorized and raped women and children for decades. Yeah, William Gossett refused to be at his own sentencing. Instead, he chose to sit on the other side of the wall and ignore his victims. He pled guilty in September to 5 counts of aggravated rape, 11 counts of aggravated burglary, 2 counts of aggravated robbery, 4 counts of employment of a firearm in the commission of a dangerous felony, and 1 count each of identity theft, attempted aggravated rape, theft of property over $1,000, and theft of property under $500. Prosecutors say his crime spanned 15 victims in a dozen separate incidents. Between 2013 and 2016, he broke into multiple homes across the city, from Cordova to Raleigh to southeast Memphis, often gaining access through sliding glass doors or windows. He'd carry a knife or a gun, and most of the times he would terrorize and rape the women living there. In 2 cases, women were raped with their babies just feet away. He has a horrible record and he is a nightmare, Judge Lee Coffey said. He is a one-person crime wave that terrorized this community for 4 years. My goodness. The now 37-year-old also raped a 16-year-old girl in December in 2016 at her family's home. The prosecutor read a letter she wrote to the court saying she quit school for a month and has been in fear ever since. And she says, I still remember the fear I felt when he told me to turn around or else he'd stab me, or the fear I had for crying out for help and fear he'd hurt me or my family, she wrote. Investigators tried to connect Gossett to the crimes for years, but in May 2016, they got a warrant to search his South Haven home and found items belonging to each one of the victims. Prosecutors called them his trophies. You know, it's like the stuff you see on TV. Like I just finished watching, excuse me, guys, I got to move this up a little bit. I just finished watching Dexter, and let me tell you, Dexter, I'm not sure if you watched that show. It's on Netflix. I think there's like 8 seasons on Netflix. And Dexter would keep, I don't want to say trophies, but he would keep a little glass type thing where he would put the victim or the I want to call them victims, but in his mind, they were criminals. So that's why he was, taking them out. And he would take just a little drop of their blood and save it. And a lot of times when he was doing his investigation or looking for people that he could, get rid of, he would sometimes find these guys just like this guy here, and they would all keep some type of trophy, whether it be hair, whether it be jewelry, underwear, all types of weird things these guys would keep. And so to see this story makes you think, are you serious? This is real life. You think this stuff is on TV, but it's not just television. It's real life stuff. And let's see what else. Prosecutors called them his trophies. They included things like purses, credit cards. So not only is he robbing these women and raping these women, he was also stealing their money. He was trying to take their identities. He had their birth certificates, library cards, and checks. And he kept all of that stuff. Thank goodness he's one of the world's dumbest criminals for keeping this stuff, because that was able to tie him back to these attacks. They also found more of his victims' items at pawn shops. Prosecutors also told the judge about Gossett's juvenile record, which included raping an 8-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl on Christmas Day in 1998. He gave the youngest one a sexually transmitted disease, and she later became sick. A mental health exam was done then, which ruled he'd likely commit more crimes. Gossett's attorney and his family used that as a defense. When he was a child, they're quoted as saying he was molested, said his sister, Tarlisha Carey. They didn't get him the help he needed. The state failed him. Do you know how many people that same thing happens to and they don't turn around and hurt others? Guys, give me one moment. So many people, children all over the world are molested, are sexually assaulted. All types of things are happening to them. They're physically abused, and they do not turn around and do that same thing to another innocent child. Yes, there is a statement that says hurting people hurt people, but if you've ever been a victim of that, you know how that feels, and you don't want to risk. You don't want to wish that on your worst enemy. You don't want to bring that kind of pain to anyone else, because you know just how devastating it is for you. And to have someone use that excuse, I understand that's possibly what his sister is. Maybe she's telling the truth, but at the same time, it's desensitive. It's insensitive, and it's desensitizing toward what those true victims went through. Because to say, oh, well, this happened to him and the state failed him. The state failed him and nothing happened. They didn't get him the help he needed. Okay, so ultimately, Judge Coffey sided with the victims, and prosecutors said Gossett likely has more victims out there, but those women could not be found, or they chose not to cooperate because they wanted to move on with their lives. And let me tell you, it is a devastating thing to have something like this happen to you, and the only thing you can do is pick up the pieces. The positive in this story that I'm seeing is that this guy will go down. He got, how many years? 371 years for what he did. So that, I mean, this guy here, my goodness, it is good that he is off the streets. William Gossett never needs to get out again. He needs to be there for the rest of his life, because he has just proven that he will never, ever be a productive member of this wonderful society that we live in. Okay, guys, so I wanted to bring this story to you. And stay tuned for the next video. My name's Erica Courtney. If you want to find other stories of mine, other vlogs of mine, I have a channel called Living with Erica that I started a few months back. I have a website that I've been operating for years, called, well, you can Google me at Erica's Box of Chocolate Blogs, actually, not vlogs, blogs, B-L-O-G-S. And, but the website is www.ericaecourtney.com. My name's Erica, E-R-I-C-K-A. I have a C and a K in my name. EricaEcourtney.com. So thanks again, guys, for visiting my channel. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome, 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 and stay tuned for the next video. Okay, guys, bye. Peace out.